This week on Wrestle Wednesday, the WWE in this past decade.
Loading snacks.
What's good, Loading Snacks Universe? Your boy Jokes here, and it's time for another edition of Wrestle Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, guys. So, coming to the end of a decade. Now, a lot can go down in the decade. So, what I want to talk about today, some of my favorite moments, or some high moments that have happened in the WWE within the last 10 years. So, not going to be in any particular order. So first, I want to start with CM Punk. Back in 2011, this was CM Punk's year. So he did his most famous pipe bomb promo, which caught the eyes of pretty much the whole WWE universe. Not only attacking John Cena, Vince McMahon, Triple H, the whole McMahon family for that matter, he pretty much was at the point of walking out the WWE with the championship in tow with him. This promo was probably one of the most sought out promos there was to come from WWE in the past few years. Now, I tell you, CM Punk made this seem like it was a true statement that he was going to take the WWE championship and leave the company with it. WWE really ran with this promo. Not only did he win the championship and leave, he was gone for a few months. And they finally decided to have a gauntlet match for a new WWE championship. Unfortunately, when John Cena won the championship, CM Punk made his return. So we had two champions. And that wasn't going to fly. This was when CM Punk pretty much became the face of the WWE when he technically actually didn't want to be the face of the WWE. Sadly, we never got the ice cream bars back that he wanted, but we got one of the best promos ever from CM Punk. Next on my list, the launch of the WWE Network. Now let me tell you, as a wrestling fan, if you weren't able to see certain events, the only way you were able to see them was if you were lucky enough to have a friend maybe that recorded it and you could borrow a VHS long time ago so you could try to catch up on it, or the only way you could see it is you had to order it on pay-per-view. Now, with a lot of pay-per-views, you were spending uprights of $30, $40, $50, $60 every single month to watch a pay-per-view. When the WWE Network was introduced, it completely changed the game. $9.99 a month, pretty much has been the same since day one, and it allowed you to see every single pay-per-view every month without having to spend these ridiculous amount of money on each pay-per-view. Not also to mention the fact the library of video that you actually were able to see. So wrestling shows from years past, introducing eventually the WCW library. So being able to go back and watching Nitro, Thunder, and some other promotions was absolutely insane. And of course, if you had any type of mobile device, a phone, a tablet, you were able to watch this on the go. I tell you, I will never forget the first day I watched the WWE Network. Probably was watching it where I shouldn't have been watching it. I was actually in class. I did pass that class, by the way, but it released while I was in class. Fast forward to today, the amount of content that is on the WWE Network is unparalleled. From wrestling events, just actual specific shows to the network, or even some of the documentaries that they have on there. They're absolutely phenomenal, and it continues to grow every single month, every single year that it remains out. Now, as of now, nobody has anything that can compare to the WWE Network, so I'm expecting some new things to show up in the future, and I want to see how other wrestling companies are going to try to compete with the WWE Network. Next on my list, WrestleMania 30, the end of the streak. Now, if you've watched wrestling for within the past 20, 30 years, honestly, you're familiar with The Undertaker and his streak at WrestleMania. Up until 30, he was undefeated. Unfortunately, he met his match when it came time to wrestle Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm not gonna go too deep into this. I've already had numerous conversations about Brock Lesnar, but this moment was one of those in WWE history that just could not be looked over. If you were someone that stopped watching wrestling and you heard about it, I guarantee you probably went back and you tried to find out what exactly happened. Because The Undertaker was just that force that nobody could defeat. The likes of Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Edge, you name it, these superstars have gone up to The Undertaker and failed. So when it came time and the streak was broken, if you were watching WrestleMania Live, the whole stadium went completely silent, like a dead silence. It also created some moments for some people, I'm not gonna go too far into that created some history-making defining faces for the WWE. But nonetheless, The Undertaker, who is an absolute legend, I will tell you will be inducted into the Hall of Fame sooner or later, this moment will stay in WWE history forever, and it will always be talked about. Next, the fall and rise of Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan has been in the WWE for some time now. He finally climbed the mountain and did what no one thought that he could, and he won the WWE Championship. Not too far after he actually won the championship, he came out on Raw and announced to the world he was being forced to retire because of injuries. Now, when he tried to make this statement, needless to say, it broke the hearts of wrestling fans around the world. So not just in the WWE, but other wrestling promotions, New Japan, Ring of Honor, you could feel the hurt of when this man had to retire. Daniel Bryan was in his prime when he was forced to retire from in-ring competition, but it didn't stop him from living the dream that he wanted to do. So he did become general manager of SmackDown for a good period of time, before finally being medically cleared to come back to in-ring competition. Now, when this announcement was made, you would think there would be a lot more pomp and circumstance, but it ended up just being an announcement on WWE's website that, oh, Daniel Bryan's been cleared for in-ring competition. It was one of those moments you had to double take, triple take, and was like, whoa, did I read that right? This man Daniel Bryan is coming back to a wrestling ring. It happened, and not soon after the announcement was made, he got jumped. So it was like, oh, he's back. Like, I know that's a wrong thing to say, that, oh, he gets jumped and he's back, but that's pretty much how it happened. But needless to say, when you're able to see a competitor whose career you thought was completely over be able to come back and not only do what they love to do, but entertain and perform for the people that love to see wrestling, it's a magical thing. And I hope we get to see Daniel Bryan for a good amount of years, because I believe Daniel Bryan is one of the best technical wrestlers that you can see in the WWE. Not only, he's also a good guy too. I've seen some of his stuff that he does off screen, behind scenes at the WWE, also in his personal life. Daniel Bryan is a real cool guy, and I hope some way down the road he will be someone that will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. The last moment on my list, WrestleMania 35. For the very first time ever, the WWE female superstars headlined WrestleMania. Now, this was a huge moment in the stable for the women of wrestling, because in all of the years that WrestleMania has occurred, not one time have the women actually been the main event of the whole entire show. The match consisted of Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair, and the person that would win this match will become both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. Now, fast forward to the beginning of the decade. Women's matches literally lasted maybe 5 minutes, 10 tops, and they were one of the lower matches on the card. And you would never have thought the women would be able to compete at a level that honestly surpassed the guys at points in time. The whole women's revolution kicked off, and it went off with a bang. And I have to say, I'm super impressed, and I love the way that they've been handling the women's division since the beginning. Now, it continues to grow. As you look at the female superstars on NXT and also on Raw and SmackDown, the divisions have grown substantially. Before, we had maybe the same 5 or 6 female superstars that would compete every other night. Now the roster goes as deep as probably 20 females between each of the different shows, which is an amazing accomplishment, I would have to say, for the women. Now, WrestleMania was just the tip of the iceberg. And as the months have gone by since WrestleMania, the women's division has just been at a peak that it's never been at before. And the only thing it can continue to do is continue to grow, and hopefully it will also influence the younger generation of female superstars that are coming up that will eventually be the ones to replace the likes of the Becky Lynches, the Charlotte Flairs, the Ronda Rouseys, and take over and be able to show what they actually have. In the past 10 years, there have been a lot of things that have occurred, and I only named some of them today. Now, let me know, what do you guys think have been some of the most impactful moments in these past 10 years in the WWE? I know there's some things that I left off this list, because I just wanted to keep it to 5. But let me know down in the comments what's some of your favorite moments that have happened. But, till then, this has been Jokes, and I'll catch you later. What's good, Loading Snacks universe? Did you think that was too sweet? Well, do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe on whatever platform you're watching this on. And also, jump on over to patreon.com/Loading Snacks, where you can support us in everything we do and pick the tier of your choice. Much appreciated.